Yo, what's poppin' YouTube? Hey man, let's talk about these NBA playoffs, man. Basketball is finally back. Now, before we get into the topic, man, make sure I hit the like button, make sure I hit the subscribe button, make sure I hit the notification bell, make sure I comment, make sure I share all of that stuff, man. But yeah, man, it's finally here. The time is finally here. We are back. NBA playoffs, the best time, one of the best times of the year. One of my favorite times of the year. And yeah, I mean, it's technically it's 10:52 on the west side here, on the west coast. So the games have already started. But I was supposed to make this video yesterday, but I wasn't feeling too well. I was actually feeling pretty sick. No corona. But yeah, man, I got the energy now. I'm good. So let's go ahead and talk about it, man. We're gonna be predicting the first round. All first round games. We're gonna go 1-8, 1-8, and we're gonna go down the line 4-5, 4-5. We'll start on the west, go on the east. We'll start in the west, and we're gonna end at the east. But without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get into it, man. This should be a fairly quick one. It's just the first round, so. But let's go ahead and get into it, man. We'll start, like I said, over at the west, the 1-8 matchup, the matchup that everybody's talking about, the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Portland Trailblazers. Now, as a Lakers fan, and I know a lot of Lakers fans are a little bit worried about this team because they have everything that we don't have, meaning they have the two high volume point guard, or the point guard and the shooting guard, CJ McCollum and obviously Dame Lillard, bubble MVP. Not that anybody cares, and we don't have anybody to stop that really. To my knowledge, we had just got Rajon Rondo back, and he's clear quarantine, so it's gonna probably take him a little bit to get back into the rotation. That's a good sign, but other than that, we don't have Avery Bradley, who was our best perimeter defender. You know, he took for, personal reasons, for the Black Lives Matter movement and all of that. We respect the hell out of that. That's a huge hit for us, though, as far as our perimeter defense. So we got KCP out there. We have Alex Caruso, Dion Waiters, J.R. Smith, those type of guys out there. And it's going to be tough containing those two, but... and this is kind of the point that I've been seeing a lot. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, Portland's going to give him a run. They're going to give him a challenge," but nobody's outright said. There's only one person, and I think it was Charles Barkley, was the only person that came out and said Portland was going to beat the Lakers. Nobody else has said that. So, I mean, I'm not really too worried about Portland. I think it's going to be a tough series because Dame. It could go 7. I predict it's going to be 4-2 Lakers. That's my prediction. 4-2 Lakers. It's going to be a tough one. It's probably going to be a lot of trapping on those guards. But at the end of the day, who's going to stop LeBron? Who's going to stop AD? Yusuf Nurkic is not going to stop AD. They don't have a wing to stop LeBron at all. Their defense has been very shoddy. Very, very, very shoddy. Even our defenses look pretty bad at times, but we're still, we can. It's not a consistent theme for us. We're known as this year, we were known as a pretty good defensive team. So. I'm not too worried about our defense. I'm more worried about our offense with scoring. But as long as our defense is up there, I think we'll figure it out. I think we'll get the wheels turning. LeBron will get the blood flowing. AD will get the blood flowing. And with the return of Rajon Rondo, I think we'll be able to pull it out. So 4-2 Lakers. Moving on over to the East, we got the Bucks and Orlando. Not really too much to say about this one. This is an easy one. Aaron Gordon's hurt. That team is not good enough to stop Giannis and them. They don't have anybody to stop Giannis anyway. Actually, they have nobody. So I'm gonna go ahead and predict sweep over there. 4-0 Milwaukee Bucks. So we can go ahead and move on from that one. 4-5. This is the other tough one, or this is the toughest one for me. This is the toughest one. I can't. This one is hard to call, but just because Russell's out. But I still James Harden is still a very, very. Oh my goodness. I don't want to say because I don't think Russell's not going to be out the entire series. I don't think he'll probably miss the first 2 games. And if Houston can steal one of those games, can steal one of those first 2 games from OKC, I think they'll have a chance. And I think that's what will happen. I believe that James Harden will do enough. That team will do enough to where they'll steal 1 game. And when Russell comes back, they'll be 1-1. And that'll be the end of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll predict a 7-game series for this one. I'm gonna go 4-3 Houston. Houston's gonna pull it out. Russell will come back from his quad injury. I think they said Friday he's coming back. So yeah, I'm gonna go 4-3 over there for that 4-5 matchup in the West. Moving on to the 4-5 matchup in the East. Got the Pacers, the Heat versus the Pacers. I think this is gonna be a good matchup. But I think the Heat have the Pacers number. They definitely have their number. I think they swept them this year. No, they beat them once, I believe. They beat them. The Pacers beat the Heat once. But I think the Heat. Jimmy Butler has T.J. Warren's number. You know, they had a little beef going. I don't think the Pacers have enough to keep up with Bam, Tyler Hero coming off scoring, getting buckets, damn near triple doubles. Jimmy Butler's gonna go out there and guard your best player. Iguodala's gonna hit big shots. Goran Dragic is playing really well, not lately, as of late. Myers Leonard's been shooting the ball well. Duncan Robinson always shooting the ball well. I think I think the Heat will pull that one out. I think this will be more of a 4-2 for the Heat. The Pacers will probably take 2. The Pacers are a really good, well-built team. I like Nate McMillan over there. Oladipo still hasn't gotten to all the way back to form, I believe. I think if Oladipo can get back to form how he was back in his All-Star days, I think this can go 7 games. I think it'll be a really tight matchup. But I think the Heat. I think they just have their number. I'm gonna go with the Heat 4-2. That's gonna be my prediction. Yeah, I like both of those teams, but I'm gonna say the Heat 4-2. I feel like you can go either way though. Either way would be. I wouldn't be mad if anybody picked the Pacers, honestly. Okay, so we're gonna go over to the West. 3-6 matchup over to the West. Denver and the Utah Jazz. Denver, man. Denver's that team that they have all the pieces. They have everything that they need. But that team, there's always something missing from Denver. There's always something missing. It's always something missing. Now, I'm going to take Denver. I'm going to take Denver probably 4-1. Just because I do not believe in the Jazz at all. The Jazz, I don't believe in them. Rudy Gobert can only do so much. Donovan Mitchell is not Devin Booker like everybody thought he was. I love Donovan Mitchell, but he is, I don't know, he's just not there yet. He's not there yet for me. He's not there yet to where he can carry this team over the hump over a team like Denver. Denver's got, the defense, they're okay, I believe. They're okay on defense. I think they just got too much scoring going on with Jamal Murray, Jokic. Jesus, who else? Oh, Michael Porter Jr. He has come on as of late, coming off or averaging 30 or whatnot. So they have too much. Oh yeah, Bol, coming off the bench doing what he can do. Don't let him get hot. And yeah, they just got too much going on. They got too much going on, and they have people that can guard Donovan Mitchell and lock him up. Rudy Gobert is not the guy that I put my faith in. Denver 4-1. That's an easy one for me. Excuse me. Okay, so the East 3-6 matchup, we got the Sixers and the Celtics. This one's kind of also an easy one for me. A lot of people, I've seen a lot of people saying this is Joel Embiid's time. As far as there's no Ben Simmons. Obviously, he's out for the rest of the season, for the rest of the playoffs. So it's just the Joel Embiid show, pretty much, where he can be pretty much dominant. And I get that logic. Remove Ben Simmons, and now you run your offense solely through Joel Embiid. He can go out there. He's going to go out there and dominate because that's what he's been doing. But the thing about this team is Joel Embiid is a tough sell for me because it's just like we all saw, if you was paying attention last year, we saw what he was going through the last playoffs with him always being hurt, something with him being sick. His tummy was hurting or something like that. So it's just like, it's just a matter of, yes, he can be dominant, but is he going to be dominant? You know what I'm saying? There's players out here like take Damian Lillard, for example, or LeBron or Kawhi. Those are the type of players, or Giannis, those are the type of players where for a fact that they're going to do what they need to do, no matter what. They're going to go out there and dominate. They're going to do it night in and night out. They're going to go out there and do what they need to do. Joel Embiid is that guy, like, he can, but will he? And I think Boston just has too much on the other side as far as wings and guards. They got, Gordon Hayward, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Kemba Walker. Philly doesn't have guys to stop that four combination. Not to mention Daniel Tyson's been playing pretty well, and Marcus Smart coming off the bench. Yeah, man, I don't see them being able to contain all of that scoring, and those guys are actually pretty good defenders too. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go Boston. Ooh, what the heck? Oh, I was uploading my. Oh. Sorry about that. My screen went black. I think my drivers are updating, so my screen went black. I'm gonna go Boston. We're gonna go Boston. I want to say 4-1. I'll give Joel Embiid 2 games. I'll say 4-2. I'll give him 4-2. I'll give him 4-2 for Boston. Okay, the last matchup over on the West is the 2-7 matchup, the Clippers versus the Mavericks. This is a really good matchup, I think. Well, not so much. Actually, no, it's not. I think it's a good matchup to look at, like the teams. But as far as matchups for players, like this is a bad matchup for the Mavericks. The Clippers have everything they need to stop the Mavericks, except for Porzingis. I don't think they have a real guy to stop Porzingis. I don't think. Yeah, because Porzingis can obviously shoot the 3, and Zubac is obviously not going to be a threat defending the perimeter from that. So I think the Clippers match up really, really well against the Mavericks. I think it'll be an easy series. I think they'll take a couple. Maybe they'll take 1 or 2. I'll give Luka 2 in his first playoff matchup. I'll give Luka 2 games. I'll say 4-2 Clippers. But this is just a stepping stone for the Clippers, or not the Clippers, the Mavericks anyway. This is just a buckle down. They're gonna take it serious, obviously, but this is their opportunity to just gain experience. I think Porzingis has been in the playoffs maybe once. I don't remember. No, he's never been in the playoffs. The Knicks has never been that good. Never mind. This would be Kristaps Porzingis first time in the playoffs. Luka's first time in the playoffs. A lot of these players will be the first time in the playoffs. This is just an opportunity for them to gain some experience. The Clippers will probably run away with this one easily. So 4-2. I feel like I'm saying that a lot. 4-2. 4-2 Clippers. Yeah. And the last matchup on the East side, the 2-7, is the Nets and the Toronto Raptors. And this is another kind of it's kind of no-brainer for me. Obviously, I'll have. Yeah, Toronto's gonna dominate the series. Toronto is just they're too well-rounded, too well-coached. Brooklyn doesn't have enough on the offensive side to even, put a worry in their minds. Caris LeVert is a baller, as we all have seen in the bubble. He's a freaking baller. I love Caris LeVert now that I'm watching him play basketball, but he's not enough to, they have plenty of guys. They got, Van Fleet, they got Kyle Lowry that's going to take that assignment, just OG's going to go out there and play defense. Pascal's going to get his 20-something a game. Marc Gasol's going to hit big shots. They got too much. Now, the Nets, take note, because the Nets, when they get Kyrie and KD, whew, that team's going to be a number 1 team in the East, man. That's going to be the number 1 team in the East. They're going to take that spot from the Bucks, because that team is going to be sick. If they can keep Caris LeVert around, which I don't think they would. Maybe I think they'll find a way to move him. I don't know his contract situation right now. If he's a free agent, he'll probably move to a different team. But and if he's got years on his contract, he'll probably get traded to another team. But I can see him coming off the bench as well, being a guy to come off the bench and produce points. That would be nice. That would be a nice little role for him. He's proven that he can be a number 1. Well, I don't know if I can call him a number 1 scoring option, but yeah, he could be a number 1 option on a team. He could be a number 1 option on a team, I believe. Yeah, but I'll say Toronto. I don't see Brooklyn getting even 1 game here. I think I'll go Toronto with the sweep. Toronto 4-0. Toronto 4-0. That's pretty much it. That's my predictions for this NBA bubble playoffs. I'm excited. I'm about to actually get done with this video and start watching game 1. And I'll catch y'all in the second round, man. Deuces.